love. Chrome, hydraulics, A-OK, drugs. You don't want none, Alabama run. When trouble hits, I pop that trunk. Trouble's here, watch how it comes. Jumping back, about me and son. Selling that one, put head on one piece. I was flipping goods with Master D. Say, but pass that by. Deal the girls just wanna feel alive. Broken run, got green by a ton. Jamming with my hand up her dress like, I make a move, there's a haze in my lungs. Who in the front if you plan to stunt? Oh, this is how we do. We make a move like the food up in the club. This is how we do. Nobody do it like us. Show some love. This is how we do. We make the move like the fool up in the club. This is how we do. Nobody do it like us. Show some love.
This is how we do with the one and only Rue Black, back in black, back with Rue Black in the house. How you doing today, sir?
Chilling, loving the music, bro. Loving the music.
Well, thank you. I thought you would have liked that. I usually play the other one, you know, it's the Hard Knock Life for us and, you know, crypto. But I said, you know, Rue hasn't seen this one, so I'm gonna go ahead and play that one.
I love that one, bro. That's jamming. Has a Motown feeling. You know, I'm from Detroit, so gotta love the Motown, bro.
Absolutely. It's literally called hip hop, but it's Motown, and that's a real thing. Any of you guys are welcome to search for. It's free. If you're a content creator, you don't want to get hit with the copyright stuff. But of course, I put the visuals together for you guys, so I can't take credit for that. I can't take credit as far as the actual song. But in the future, I am messing around with some of that stuff, and I'll be looking forward to actually officially putting something together with you guys, which would have it like an ISO theme and, you know, make it all rhyme, which would be kind of cool. Anyway, smash the like if you guys haven't done so already. And if anything, we're going to welcome some of you guys. We have some great coverage for you all with our brother Rue Black in the house. It's been a while. This is, you guys would say it's been a minute. I'm still getting used to saying that, right? Even though I you know, friends have been saying that for 15 years. I'm still not used to people saying that, but it is what it is. But yes, let's recognize you guys because this community rocks. And if you guys aren't aware of it, go to Rue Black's channel at Black Rue on both YouTube and X. He's been scaling up his channel, which is awesome. First comment of the day comes from HTTR all day, every day. He says, two legends tag teaming to drop that knowledge. Best of the best is here. Thank you so much, HTTR all day. And on top, I got the one and only Dennis Leal, Francisco in the house. Good to see you, Francisco. And Mr. Tim Shea, who sprays from far away, having everybody hit that DECK. The mayor of crypto, the crypto commissioner, representing the 589th district of the XRP Army and his fellow constituents. Say that 3 times fast. Boom. All right. We also got JC and the man. The Cornwalls are up in the house, up in this mix. Good to see you, Mr. Josh Cornwall. Metal Chew is in the house. Not to be confused with the liquid Metal Chew, but nonetheless, good to see you, sir. Craig Berg is in the house. And who else?
Or Blue Chew.
That's funny. All right, Craig Berg. Let's go SwiftCoin, XCN, and ZBCN. Thanks for all you guys do. I have an announcement to make. So, you guys know I missed the boat when it comes to XCN. I made the claim that I'm a victim of my own busy schedule, right? So, that's how it is sometimes. And like I mentioned, there's things I'm invested in that you guys might have missed out on too. But I do trust Rue. I do trust Rob. And I see these guys did an excellent job with XCN, right? So when I hear things about that, you know, ZEBEC is my second chance at something like XCN, right? I'm like, yeah, you know what, I'm gonna listen to that, you know. And these guys provide great research and so on. So my official announcement is that yes, I'm getting into ZEBEC. I'm learning more about it, and I'm on this journey of researching just as much as you guys are and so on. I look to cover ZEBEC, so I just want to throw that out there. You guys know I cover a lot of things, so this is another thing to add to that list. There will be times in which there will be things that have priority, and there'll be other ones that, let's face it, trending, whether it's XRP or you name it, they're going to have other coverage. So I consistently cover about roughly 13 to 15 different cryptos. So it's going to be challenging, but I'm glad to be part of, who we're networked with and so on to bring you guys the coverage. So I just want to throw out that this little disclaimer. ISOJ says we back. Elon Muff in the house. Michael Cornwell, good to see you. Let's read this. And has anyone had problems using ZEBEC Silver Card Swap? Can you answer that, Rue?
I haven't tried to get their card yet. I know some people in my community, we're going to try to get it. I have to look into that. So my answer is I haven't tried to get it yet.
All right, no worries. We're just going to answer a few more, recognize a few more of you guys and so on. Anthony Hall, good to see you, brother. Do appreciate you. Jim Miller in the house. And you said Texas in here. Cool. Basically for Rue and I, Phoenix, Arizona area. Terrell in the house. Hey, been a while, man. Good to see you, Terrell.
What's up, Terrell? All right.
Let's go scrolling further down. Z in the house. Hello, Rue and Max. Your spray from far away. Yes, that's right. All right. Uncle Thursday, it's been a while, man. Max, I'm still alive. I'm glad that you're still alive, brother. All right. Good to see you, Uncle Thursday. All right. Yes. All right. Let's see here. Crypto Homes. So there's a lot of people I didn't mention. That's okay. Let's read this from Michael Cornwell real quick. He said he did a 1x on leverage and getting more Q&T now. Ooh. Well, be careful with that leverage, but you're pretty good with that. Here's a guy I've seen in a while too. I want to give him honorable mention, and that is Brandon, aka 21 Gaming, XXI Gaming. Good to see you, brother. It's been a while. All right. I think I'll read these last few because there's not a lot. What's good with us all? And everyone's saying back hello to each other. So Crypto Homes 777, good to see you as well. He says he got ZEBEC. Lovely project. Yeah, that's the way I look at it. I mean, just on the surface, let's see how it's doing real quick before we kick it into Rue's coverage. Last I checked the other day, Rue, we had ZEBEC basically speaking at, I think, 0.0015. And the way I look at it is even at 1.5, you could buy 100,000 of these things for basically $150, Yep. And yeah, let's see what we got. So it's at 1.7 actually. Let's pull this up on the screen for you guys so you can see it. And so it was up about 75% in the last 7 days. And what do we have? Well, basically, let's use this as a, I'll at least say hello to you, Jay Wharton. Yes, thank you very much. Use you as a bookmark. But look at it, you guys, on the screen. ZEBEC up about 75, 78% on the 7-day chart, as shown here. Okay, and then, of course, on the day, it's down. A lot of things are down. But something to point out is circulating supply is 74 billion. Any word about that max supply, Rue?
Oh, well, the max supply that I've seen is at 100 billion. And the circulating supply, last I checked, it was like 71 something.
So the total matches the max is what you're saying?
No. The total, I think matches. Yeah, I think the total matches the max, but the circulating supply, last I checked, is 71. So if that 74 is accurate, there's a little bit more of the supply that's been released.
Okay. Well, what that also said, guys, is we're just pointing out some of these things. So the way I look at it also is, let's say you're not a person that's going to buy $171.10 worth of this. Let's say you're going to buy roughly $1,700 worth of this. That'll get you $1 million, and so it kind of reminds me of how I used to treat Jasmine back in the day, as far as, what to throw at it. Again, none of this is financial advice, guys. We're just pointing out some things. As far as where to get it, that's where I kind of had a little bit of question with where you might have gotten it, but crypto.com definitely stands out. I would never, guys, I just want to throw this out there, disclaimer, okay? I would never go with Bitmart. Bitmart, I've had projects that got delisted from Bitmart. You should have the right to move from any wallet to another wallet off the exchange. Bitmart, you want to talk about who will take self-custody of a delisting? Bitmart, there's a reason why Mike Cornwall and myself call it Mart. Because it is, all right? They will take it and just keep it. And then you can't move it. Don't mess with Bitmart, for real. Like, you're going to get burned. Some of you guys mess with it, and maybe you have luck with it, but I've been burned a few times with Bitmart. But anyway, we see on crypto.com, just out of a disclaimer, Rue, where did you get yours?
I got mine from Uphold, a couple different places. I got a lot of it. I got mine on Uphold. I also got some from Bitmart, but I instantly put it in my Decent wallet. Like, I hold none on Bitmart. Put it directly into my Decent wallet.
I forgot about that. That's right. It is. ZEBEC is on Uphold. I did forget about that. I did see it. So crypto.com and Uphold, I think it's safe to say that that's the two that we would trust with,
Yeah.
us.
And I also did it in a kind of decentralized manner in that I used my Phantom wallet and I got some on Jupiter.
Oh, very cool. Well, that would make sense too, because Jupiter and Solana and all that stuff. So
yeah.
All right. Very, very cool. Let's stop screen for that for just a brief moment. Let's double check the other screen, making sure that we're good. We didn't miss anything specifically. Balaclava Man, welcome. Corey Bibe in the house. He says ZEBEC Telegram AMA is tomorrow at 11 Eastern. So 11 Eastern, guys, would be 8 Pacific, 8 a.m. Pacific. Nova Crypto in the house. And we're going to welcome Bougie K. All right. So what we're going to do now is, Rue, you have something for us. And what we're going to do is, just as a disclaimer, everybody, is this. So first, before we get into it, I want to point this out. So this will be a different type of format than that you're used to. I'm still learning about ZEBEC. Of course, I'm not learning more about Swift. I mean, I guess to a sense, we're all learning, right? But whatever the case be, ZEBEC will have a lot of focus. I do believe we do have some Swift for everybody, right? I will pick your brain on a conversational piece. So that's the disclaimer I'm going to put out for you guys. This will be a little bit different format than you're used to. I experimented with this earlier with Will Fix earlier about we did a recorded video and we did something a little bit different. So instead of the traditional Maximus format, I guess you say format, where it's, hey, Rue's presenting this, and then I present something, and then kick it back to the comments and so on. There will be parts where I'm taking notes of what, relax and take notes, right? Big. Where I'm going to take notes of what Rue is presenting, and then we'll have a conversational piece about that. So just a little disclaimer, a little bit different from what you've seen normally. And I think it's going to be cool. So just throwing that out there. And then on top of that, before actually Rue starts, this is just, this is more than fair to do this. So we should always do this. If you're new to this channel or you're regular, never seen Rue before, I want to highlight his channel for you. So let's do this first, Rue, because you deserve it, my friend. And
Thanks, brother.
Here, absolutely. So here's his channel. It is Rue Black, the Crypto Rue podcast. He can be followed at Black Rue. And just to give you guys a heads up, if you want to follow him on X, it's also the same exact thing, at Black Rue. Okay. So some of you guys use X. What's X? Formerly known as Twitter. So he's been covering the whole thing. Even 22 hours ago, ZBCN is taking off. He put out some recorded videos, believe it or not, about a month ago, which is cool. Glad to see that. But a lot of emphasis is on your live. And you've been killing it lately with your live, especially on Swift Coin. I did see some of that. Yeah, look at that. 8.2x on some of this stuff, 9.8x. I mean, people recognizing yourself and, obviously Underdog and, all you guys. Just real quick, how is Underdog doing?
Oh, bro's doing pretty good. I gotta check on him. It's been like a little while since I checked on him, like a week. But last time I checked on him, bro's pretty good. He's been mentioning a lot of Hoppy lately, and I need to get together with him and do something too as well.
Awesome. All right. Well, sir, what one are you going to start off with? Is it going to be ZEBEC or SwiftCoin?
I will start with ZBAC, and that'll lead us into SwiftCoin.
All right. So emphasis is going to be on you, sir. I'm going to be taking some notes. You have the floor.
All right, awesome. Let me share my screen here. So, just to give you guys a kind of synopsis, ZBAC mostly is focused on payment, and I really liked or payment via payroll. So really, their main focus is payroll. Um, they say okay that they're into real world assets and all of that, but if you look at a lot of their board members, the true focus is payroll, and that was cool to me because if you look at a lot of their partners kind of cross pollinate with Swift, cross pollinate with XRP, cross pollinate with Onyx Coin, XCN. So if you think of ZBAC being the payroll person, the payroll guy, then it can be used in tandem with all of these different projects. It's not like fighting or trying to take market share from XRP or Swift or Onyx Coin. Its purpose would be payroll. So let's get into it here. Let me share my screen. And let's start here. So this is from ZBAC's site. And one thing that I want to be sure to kind of let you guys notice here, which will be different from the front of their site, is if you go down here, you'll see some partners, right? And in these partner lists, they have Stellar. Now, if you go to the front of their site, Stellar is not mentioned there. So I think that's the one little peculiar thing. But if we look at these partners, you'll see Near, Celestia, Binance, Base, Ethereum, JP Morgan, Bank of America, Visa, MasterCard, all the people you would think would be involved in payroll, right? And if you're familiar with my content, you know I focused a lot on Tim Draper because his just researching him led me to so many things in cryptocurrency. Like he invested. He's an initial investor in Coinbase, initial investor in Gemini, initial investor in Ethereum. Like the list goes on, right? But if you think about Circle being our country's like digital dollar with USDC, and Stellar being closely aligned with Circle, and all of those things being kind of closely aligned with ISO 20022, then you can understand how this could be used for payroll and that it's very skillfully aligned with all the things that would need to be used for payroll. But let's go up here and kind of read some things here specifically from their active divisions. All the rest of this is nice and cute, but this is the thing that we're going to focus on the most here. Payroll and DApp leverages multi-chain infrastructure to offer streamlined and efficient payment solutions with nearly 600 partners and paying clients, along with 355K unique users. Our network has proven to be robust operational platform for financial applications and a transfer of real world assets through blockchain and smart contract based digital mechanisms. Okay. And here's the really kind of important part. They're big payroll partners, payroll growth partners, and PayBridge. You'll notice PayBridge, they're a company in Ohio that does like a lot of things with payroll right now. And their CEO, if we can go down here, is Tony Chiveles. And it seems like he's like a partner here with ZEBEC. So like they're attached at the hip here, both PayBridge and PGP and ZEBEC. So let's continue on here. Investment arm of ZEBEC invests in leading payroll companies across diverse industries and verticals and introduces new cutting-edge innovation and financial tools to workforce of over 250 enterprise-level client companies in its portfolio. Over the past year, PGP's acquisition of PayBridge and School Payroll Services, SPS, have expanded ZEBEC's payroll segment and its integration with traditional payroll systems in the United States. PayBridge, a leader in payroll and HCM solutions, processes over 300 million in payroll volume annually, underscoring the significant scale of this integration, right? And if we think what ISO 2002, there's a slow kind of conversion from fiat to cryptocurrency. Eventually, the end game or end goal of that is now having payroll and different payments in cryptocurrency. So this would be kind of like a step in that integration. In addition to school payroll services into PGP portfolio, paved the way to creating a premier payroll service for educators, administrators across more than 100 schools nationwide. And of course, school systems and the public school system, that would be a big get for payroll, right? And here with their WageLink product, this is pretty big here, I think. The first compliant traditional payroll app. Read it again. The first compliant traditional payroll app with an advanced blockchain backend. WageLink introduces Web3 features like near zero cross. Let me read that again. I'm sorry. The first compliant traditional payroll app with an advanced blockchain backend. WageLink introduces Web3 features like zero or near zero cost cross-border remittances and USDC payroll. WageLink leverages the efficiency, security, and speed of blockchain technology. It integrates with various payment infrastructure networks and forms a part of ZEBEC's extensive financial network ecosystem. So that's cool. They already kind of are compliant, and they already kind of link in USDC with, the Circle kind of partnership there. And here we have near zero cost cross-border remittances. So all the things that we would like, all the things that you would kind of see from Swift blockchain, all the things you would see from XRP, the cross-border remittance stuff, and the USDC payroll stuff. So all the different partners, which we'll see kind of link into ZEBEC and kind of the shared partners that they have with XRP, we'll notice that as well. So here we have the ZEBEC Instant Card, just 100 days post-launch. Our no-fee multi-chain prepaid crypto card has achieved global acceptance and steady growth, now serving thousands of clients with the transactions poised to reach millions in purchases worldwide. This card facilitates a seamless transaction between fiat and crypto economies, allowing users to spend cryptocurrency on everyday purchases wherever Visa and MasterCard are accepted. So if you guys familiar, this is ZEBEC is built on Solana. Solana has like kind of Visa partnerships itself. And as we kind of showed you guys down below, Visa and MasterCard are partners with these guys. So they're already ready to be partners with those guys. So Emida, I'm going to say Emida, I might be saying that wrong, is ZEBEC's payment pilot program that handles 500 million of cross-border payments between the U.S. and Mexico. Building off of Emida's immediate success, we plan to expand into Thailand and Nepal, where the market value opportunity is 50 billion. ZEBEC multi-sig is also being tested by a few international transport companies as a payments tool for the escrow, where international commerce can happen without a bank as an escrow partner. We expect this part of the company to grow gradually. So here's their team. Sam being the founder, Simon being the COO. I want to look more into the background of these guys. But one of the people that I focused on was Lisa Robbins, former CFO of ADP. And, where I work currently, ADP does our payroll. So it's very interesting that they have a former CFO of ADP, someone who would know the ins and outs of a system like ADP would be very, very influential in advising this company to kind of get them kind of hipped into a place like a ADP so that they could like transition traditional fiat payroll to crypto payroll. And then, of course, Tony Chivilis with PayBridge, where they're already doing stuff like that. And here we have another person who's a former president at ADP. So they have all the right advisors as far as like when it comes to ADP and payroll. Like a lot of companies I've worked with in the past have used ADP. So it's really, when I see them, I'm like, okay, you guys are getting in with the right advisors there. And here we have, Solana's president here. So if we mosey on over here to ZEBEC's partners, this is cryptorank.com. I really love to use it because it shows your funders and backers here. So can you guys see these funders and backers? Can you see this, Max, the funders and backers?
Yes, correct. We can see it.
Okay, awesome. So Coinbase Ventures here, like I said, I've done a lot of research on Tim Draper. He's he's an investor in Coinbase. So when I see Coinbase Ventures, I just automatically say he's invested there. And then we have Circle, and we've already kind of diagrammed, at least on my channel. I think Max has told you guys as well, how Circle and Stellar have a kind of intimate partnership with Coinbase Ventures. So it's no surprise to see these two. Shima Capital, we've talked about Shima Capital in reference to Swift blockchain and MetaPath. Shima Capital has MetaPath on its list of things it's invested in. So there's another kind of Swift connection there. When you see Shima Capital, you know that they are also invested in MetaPath, and MetaPath is the NFT portion of Swift, where you can send an NFT to any network via MetaPath. And then we have here Solana Ventures. Of course, Solana, it's built on Solana. Solana has partnerships with Visa. I've seen before, so we have that there. Lightspeed Ventures, these guys are partnered with XRP. And apparently they've been around for 45 years, according to some Lightspeed Venture things I've seen, even though it says that the company was founded in the early 2000s. One of their partners said they've been around for 45 years. So there's that. Gemini Exchange, which again, Tim Draper owns a part of Gemini. And we got the whole Winklevoss twins here. So we got them there. Briar Capital, which we'll go into a little bit today, but the guy who founds this, Jim Briar, he did some initial founding of Facebook. So when we see Base involved as a partner here with ZEBEC, I think it might largely be because of this guy here. And of course, we'll get a little bit more into that later. But as you see here, we're going to look Lightspeed Ventures, right? Let's go look at some of XRP's partners. So you see Lightspeed Ventures here. And I don't know if you guys are aware, but Andreessen Horowitz and both Tim Draper and Andreessen Horowitz were initial investors in Coinbase. So, you could say that Coinbase, even though they, said all of what they did all of what they did with XRP, they have the same initial investors here. So when I see Andreessen Horowitz and Lightspeed Ventures, you could say, both of these guys are kind of partnered with both ZEBEC and XRP. But then here, when we look also at Onyx Coin, I'm clicking on it. It's just not popping up. Hold on, let me try to close that. Let me try to click on that again.
You could try right click. Maybe you could open up in a different tab.
It's not letting me. Let me click to a different one and try to come back. Okay, that's odd. Let me refresh it and try again. As that comes up again. Okay. So you see Pantera Capital, who were also founders of XRP. And we see Visa here. Again, if you look at the whole Solana partnership, and we saw also on their front page, they were partnered with Visa, ZEBEC was. So we have a lot of kind of intermingling partners here. Digital Currency Group is also partnered with XRP. So we have a lot of the same players here kind of interpartnered with one another when we talk XRP, ZEBEC, Swift, and Onyx Coin. So I thought that's very, very interesting. Now, if we dig a little bit deeper here, I'm going to bring up a Forbes article from 2023. They mentioned FedNow, right? So FedNow has launched as a blockchain innovation that delivers. If we go down in this article, we're going to notice that they mention. My apologies here. It's not moving the fastest here. Let's go back. Not sure what happened there. Okay, that was weird. Let's see here. Let's see if it's gonna show the article we were reading. Nope. I'll just go to it here again. This is what happens when you do things live, right? So here we go. Back to that page again. FedNow has launched as a blockchain innovation delivers next-gen payments. This is from September 17, 2023. Now, if we go back down lower in the article here, we'll see that they mention not only Stellar, but they mention in the same breath. Bear with me here. Every time I get it, it like moves on me. Okay, so here we are. Let's just pick it up from right here. Innovators in the private sector are taking the lead in offering instant payment services without fail now. Fintech firms like PayPal or Venmo have served as users to this end for a long time. A recent survey by Plaid indicated that over 60% of respondents tackled economic challenges during the pandemic using fintech solution products and services. Also have similar centralization problems. Decentralized Web3 platforms like Ripple, Stellar, and ZEBEC are positioning to transform payments space by addressing the limitations of traditional payment systems to combine technology and finance seamlessly. Global payments. Okay. And just scrolling down here a little bit. Enabled the digital through digital finance. An estimated 80% of global financial leaders are aiming crypto for their businesses over the next 3 years or so. Delivering speed to sluggish payment markets is one of the key factors driving.
I guess we lost Rue. I don't know what happened to his connection. He was having some problems with his connection, so I apologize to you guys. Let's see where we're at. And we'll double check with him when we come back. Give me just a second. So we're gonna kick it back to the comments until Rue gets back. Sorry about the technical difficulties. These things do happen from time to time. Gonna recognize you guys again in the comments, see if you have any specific questions, comments, and so on. And as soon as Rue get back, we'll, kick it back to him. So, all right, let's see what we have. See if any specific questions. I want to welcome Yazid. Good to see you again, sir. Always love the hat. It says ZEBEC to the moon. All right. Yes, Balaclava, man. Thanks for being on top of what you do with the moderation. Jetpack Joe, hello. Let's read this from Bougie K. And again, if this is the new quantum financial system, is not running yet, then will this crypto in hot co-ops be able to be transferred to a new quantum financial system? Well, we're gonna have to wait and see, but you would think so. We feel as though it will. I mean, I wouldn't try to get into this. I mean, how soon are you looking to moon? Like tomorrow? Next week? Long-term investment? That's the real question. All right, let's go further down. Always good to see Corey Bibe in the house. Iron Man XRP. It's a salute, gents. Thanks for the live. You're very, very welcome. All right. Tevin King. Where can you buy ZEBEC? You can get it on Uphold, and you can also get it on crypto.com. Yep. Well, we'll get more into that, especially if Rue gets back here. And let's see. All right. Let's go further down. Kirsch, official ZEBEC Network YouTube channel. There's only 1.7K sub. A lot of channels are like that, where they have something official and it's not a big following. But yeah, I get where you're coming from. Agreed. ZEBEC team has good people that come from ADP and payroll. Yep. All right. Is there anything wrong with OKX Wallet? Says Joseph. I'm new to crypto as of last November. I just tried OKX last week. I like it because I can get ZEBEC, XPR, Proton, okay, an election, and Spectre AI all in one place. I don't think there's anything really wrong with it. I've seen good things about it in the past. We have researched Axelar in regards to bridges in the system. I think it's very significant, Axelar, when it comes to, especially with XRP, your EVM sidechains. That's where Axelar really shines as far as interoperability. We've been over this before, but if you want a proper deep dive on that, is that what you're asking? All right, let's see here. Stillernin 625 states, if they're partnered with ADP, they will capture 1/6 of the payroll market. Looks like Rue's coming back. All right, so we're gonna kick it back to Rue, and you know what happened, Rue? I'll tell you exactly what happened. You want to know what happened?
What happened, bro?
So what happened, everybody? There was a moment on the stream where Rue specifically mentioned he mispronounced Andreessen Horowitz. He said Horowitz. I was thinking, inquiring minds want to know about that. You know, technically speaking, it's Andreessen Horowitz. And ever since you didn't pronounce it right, the whole stream just took a massive dump. You know? So Andreessen Horowitz has been listening into the distant circles. Never mind. Gotta have a little fun, right? All right.
He's like, cut him off. Cut him off. He mispronounced my name. Cut him off. He's done. Oh man. So let's see here. What was the last thing you guys heard?
We were at the part. Oh, yeah. It was I would say between the lady from ADP and then, you know, you're getting into something. But before you get into that, there's a super chat that came through. I do want to recognize it. It is from Henry Brown. So let's recognize that real quick. So Henry Brown, what do you got, my friend? You got that $5 super chat from Mr. Andreessen Horowitz for us? Yes, yeah, for the best. Let's see what you got. All right. Let's see what we got. Selmo Flood in the house. Good to see your brother Selmo. And we have the one and only Mr. Cheese, Brian Dowie. All right. $5 super chat from Henry Brown. Jack Dorsey created Bitcoin and let's manifest XRP ETF. Well, thank you, sir. Henry Brown. Out of town, Greyhound. Not really. Boomer FSU in the house. Good to see you. We're going to kick it back over to Mr. Rue Black here in a second. Oh, there's another one. Chris Cuts BX says $9.99 super chat. Thank you. I really do appreciate you guys. You rock. Thank you for understanding that we have some technical difficulties. And I also want to welcome Blackwood. Yes, indeed. Stump Rider in the house. Good to see you. And Cheese, aka Brian Dowie, wants everybody to know about Vaseline. Also, he wants everybody to know about Elon Musk's name. He wants everybody to also know about Caroline Pogo Sticks and wherever else I missed out on. So, back to you. I don't know if it was literally about Andreessen Horowitz, but whatever the case be, it's okay, brother. And if you get rugged again by mentioning Andreessen Horowitz, it's okay. We'll do our best because while you were gone, I whipped up something in regards to Daniel, my AI assistant, which is kind of cool. So, do you got anything where you're going to put back on the screen? And if so, I'll add it right now.
Yes, let me go ahead and share again. I saw someone mention, so I think we were covering their partners here. So right after the partners, let's just go right into how Ondel Finance mentions ZEBEC. So let me bring their website up.
Just disclaimer real quick, all right? You might want to look to the left, look to the right. Is there anybody else up in your house that's like live streaming or, you know, like watching a bunch of Netflix, taking all your, you know, your bandwidth, or you got some people in the house gaming it up, you know, downloading a 500 gigabyte update of Warzone or something, right?
You gotta chill out, man. Like,
right?
Come on.
Yeah. It's just absolutely destroying your bandwidth. So just double checking there. All right.
Like, chill. Like, come on, bro. Like, Jesus. Okay. Let's get here. Let me share the screen here again. Okay. So this is Ondo Finance's ecosystem. Okay. Now you notice a whole bunch of great cryptocurrency things here. XLR, we've been over on my channel how XLR relates to Swift and how Tim Draper, you know, he has relations there with XLR as well, right? And how XLR has, their Onyx and how that Onyx is related to our Onyx. And of course, we have BlackRock here, they're tied at the hip with Ondo Finance. But if we mosey all the way down here, we're going to see ZEBEC network. And I think that's just so huge, right? Of all the different cryptocurrencies they can put on here, they have ZEBEC here, right? And again, they have them labeled as liquidity, which is very interesting as well. And I've shown you guys so much how like Tim Draper and all this guys are related to BlackRock and Consensus and things like that with Ethereum and JP Morgan and all of that, right? But just want to note here that ZEBEC network is explicitly called out on Ondo Finance's ecosystem. So more on this on a future episode on my channel here. But let's now move over to, I think where we got kind of cut off here is Nautilus Chain. So before I show you Nautilus Chain, I just want to go over to, ZEBEC network, where they show that. Okay, let's share this tab. So another thing to note about ZEBEC is that they're an American cryptocurrency. You can see the American flag there. But let's also look here at Nautilus Chain. Okay, so one of the things I wanted to note to you guys about Nautilus Chain is that they were sold to 3Base, which is basically, and you can see here where it says, "Dear users, as we transition from Nautilus to 3Base, we're excited about the enhancements this update will bring." And you can say, as previously announced, Nautilus Chain has been acquired by 3Base org. So we're going to go look at Nautilus Chain, right? Just realize it was acquired by 3Base org. And they say, new chain, new name, same core mission, payments optimized network. So even though they're acquired, I think there's still going to be some type of connection here. And if we look at kind of 3Base org here, you'll see that they're kind of a layer 3 on base, right? And as you remember from what we were showing you before, right, that base is one of ZEBEC's partners, which I will bring back to you here. So partners, JP Morgan, Base, Ethereum, Visa, Bank of America, and MasterCard. So Base is one of its partners. So even though it is a kind of an acquisition, it's still kind of an acquisition by one of its partners. And I think they'll still be involved because this touches payment. Okay. Like that's a speculation on my part, but you can see here why I'm speculating that. So now if we go and take a look at Nautilus Chain, says the world's or the first streaming payment blockchain. And here, if you're one of the guys that kind of is into symbolism, like I'm into symbolism, Nautilus, right? That's the whole boat symbolism. And money itself has a kind of water symbolism with money flow, fiscal year, the fish. And Swift blockchain, right? It has a whole water droplet into a phoenix, right? And with ZEBEC, they have that their whole logo kind of looks like a boat. So it makes sense that they say Nautilus, right? Like something navigating a boat. But now, if we look at Nautilus as an ecosystem, their ecosystem, right, and their cross-chain partners, what do we have here, right? We have Swift blockchain as one of its partners. So makes a whole lot of sense when we look at all the different investors and how I showed you, multiple things that Tim Draper could be involved in, that Swift blockchain would be one of its partners, just based off of what we said. Other notable partners, right? If we look at the oracles, right? Pith, of course, Solana's oracle there, and Dia, which is a multi-chain oracle, but this is built on Stellar, right? And Stellar, again, we showed you, is one of ZEBEC's partners. So I think those are very, very important things to point out, and a absolute direct connection to Swift blockchain here. Now, if you would allow me to kind of transition into that kind of Swift partnership, I could do more connections to Swift and this blockchain. So again, remember I showed you and told you about Shima Capital. Let's bring up their website if we could here. And definitely come over to my channel because I go into more detail about this in the 2 videos that I covered with on ZEBEC, but I'm kind of giving you guys kind of the highlights here. But if you want more detail, definitely come on the channel and watch those videos. Let me bring up Shima Capital, and then let's share this tab. So Shima Capital, if we look at their investments and we go to DeFi, what we're going to notice here, MetaPath right there is one. And again, if you guys are familiar and want to know more about MetaPath, come on my channel and watch some of the Swift videos. We talk a lot about MetaPath, and we'll go into it a little bit here as well. But here we have MetaPath. And then if we go a little bit further down on DeFi, you will see ZEBEC. So both are here, both for Shima Capital. Now, if we go over here to MetaPath, right? You can use MetaPath in the US right now. But what you'll notice is some of the things that MetaPath can be used with, right? If we kind of scroll down here, we'll notice that MetaPath can use both APT, which is Aptos, and also Sui, both of which used to be Facebook Libra projects. Okay. Facebook Libra or Libra used to be Facebook's project where they were doing cryptocurrency, but they kind of shut that Libra project down because that would have impacted banking around the world. So they told them they couldn't do Libra, right? And what came out of that whole Libra project were these 2 projects, which were Aptos and Sui. Now, if you guys did more research on those, you would know that they use this language called Move. If we go back to Nautilus here, this tab, and we go to the home page, we'll see that Nautilus says, with the help of Eclipse technology, Nautilus supports Ethereum and Move VM. So Move VM those are the programming languages behind Sui and Aptos, and then also Cosmos. Okay. So Now, do I have that here? So yes, I do. So if we look at this here, this is an older Swift post in which, shout out to Harp in our Telegram for this one. Swift blockchain was actually partnered with Libra. So again, here I'm kind of showing you, it makes a lot of sense that ZEBEC can use Move and Move VM, because Swift was already set up to use Libra, which is why Swift and MetaPath can use Aptos and SWI, and which is why Nautilus is also partnered with Swift. So all of these different things interact together and can be used together. And if you know about Swift and you know about all the research and things that I've told you guys about Swift, even though it does not list Stellar as a partner, it does say that it can use Stellar as one of its cryptocurrencies. So it also makes sense why ZEBEC is partnered with Stellar, which we showed you earlier. And let's just go to Swift. Let's bring them up as well, so you can see all the different cryptocurrencies that Swift is able to use, all the different networks it's able to use, which we could show you with MetaPath, but I think it'd be quicker to just show you here on Swift's homepage. So change supported, like all HTC or HTX, which is Justin Sun's exchange, and they call it a network Heco. XRP, XDC, Ethereum, all the Ethereum kind of networks like Arbitrum, Polygon, all of which, if we were to bring up Tim Draper's site of all the things that he's associated with and owns, he owns Polygon, he owns Ethereum, he's connected to Ethereum, he's connected to Bitcoin, kind of like all of these. It's amazing to think about, but yes, he is. So when you connect something to Swift, you basically connect it to everything. And I could go through these and show you guys there how that connection is made. But you can see here that even though it doesn't say that it supports XLM, you see that XLM is a cryptocurrency here that it supports, and it also supports its USDC coin too. So it definitely can be used on Stellar's network. What else did I want to show you guys here? Okay, so one thing I want to make clear to you guys too is a lot of the ways people think about cryptocurrency, they always think of it as something that's like a threat to the previous banking system. But if you look at a lot of the people that are connected here, as far as the Drapers and the Rothschilds and the Rockefellers, this is the previous system guys basically now upgrading, let me upgrade you, to quote the Beyonce song, basically upgrading the old system. So no, this is not the this new system trying to overtake the old system. This is a upgrade of the new of the old system, if that makes sense. And one of the things that I like to do when I connect the Draper Dragon part here is to also show you guys the Node Capital connection here too. And if we bring up Node Capital, you'll see that they have a Rothschild on their board. And again, to kind of connect that information, I've shown the guys on my channel, I think Max has shown you guys too as well, that a Rothschild through SBI Holdings holds 8.7% of the XRP supply, So again, there's another XRP connection to this whole thing. And here we go with Node Capital. You see Ben Rothschild here is a venture partner. And I've read this for you guys before too, but it bodes reading again. 7 years of experience managing as a managing director in a prominent family office. Ben offers deep expertise in investment strategy and financial management. As a seasoned tech investor and board member, Ben's network, particularly within the Israeli tech ecosystem, is instrumental in identifying and nurturing promising opportunities. So again, there's another kind of Rothschild connection. And if we look at some of the companies they invest in, we already seen Swift, but here's XLR again. And here we are with the same players again. XLR, we just saw XLR here, right, with the ecosystem of Ondo Finance, right? So it's the same players in the whole follow the money scheme. We're hitting the same players again. ZEBEC network. XLR. Arbitrum, like the same players again. So to me, knowing that ZEBEC is kind of in the same elbow, rubbing the same elbows with these guys, it really, really, really makes me kind of bananas about ZEBEC, especially at this market cap, especially with these players involved. Yeah, I really, really like it here at this market cap. And this is why I'm kind of saying to guys, okay, if you missed, not financial advice totally, right? But if you missed XEN, this can kind of be like buying XEN at 0.0017. Okay. So yeah, that's that's kind of the end of what I have to say to you guys.
That's all I had to say about that. Anyway, I'm kidding. All right. So listen.
That's all I have to say about that. The Forrest Gump.
Before we kick it into some of the notes I have and some of the conversational piece that we promised for the community, I want to recognize a particular super chat. We do appreciate you guys obviously doing that. You don't have to do it, but it's always more than appreciated. Okay. So I want to highlight this from Obsidian Line, 6:57 p.m. So you don't have to wait too long to have the comment read. Shout out to the Maximus Crypto. Thoroughly appreciate you keeping the family feed. Thank you so much. Please give a follow to my brother here, Rue Black, over at Black Rue on both X and YouTube. But thank you, Obsidian Line. I really do appreciate that. So, with that said, let's get into just maybe a few more comments, and then we're going to kick it over to, Rue, our little conversational piece. I think it'll be good. So, let's jump down. Leather Scander says, appreciate the deep dives. Thanks. My Ultra Journey. Blackwood, I never rode that train. Looking forward to the ride. I don't know if you're referring to ZEBEC, but welcome. Roderick, XLM swaps for ZEBEC seamlessly on Tangent. That's awesome because, I remember a while back, even with Stronghold, right? It's like, what's the best way to get Stronghold? Well, according to, Tim Shea, it's like, yeah, you do Lobster Wallet, you put some XLM on there, and you swap it. You don't do the whole thing at ETH. But let's face it, some people point out, well, you can, well, not Stronghold, but like we were talking about Swift Coin earlier. Well, yeah, there's things like you spend the US dollar to get Swift Coin, but these are all little tricks that, it means more money in your pocket, which means more buying the underlying asset, right? All right, let's go further down. We got Corey Bebe says, big time players doing big time things over and over again. That's his voice. Don't argue with me. That's his voice. That's been defined a long time ago. We good to see you, Beebs. Silver Days XRP. Thank you. Appreciate seeing you on the recorded video comments. So thank you for that. Always good to see brother Selmo in the house. Hey, Brittany, it's been a while. You got a new avatar, looking lovely as usual. But hey, Brittany, welcome back for real. It's been a while. I haven't seen you in a while. So Shout out to you and Mr. Edward Vincent in the house. And yes, he knows what I'm talking about there. So I have a little something for you. This will be interesting. This is not the, it's kind of like a Jedi mind trick, you know. This is not the coverage you're used to. These are not the two researchers you're looking for, right? Actually, they are. What I have for you guys, and also Rue, is a few basic things. So first thing I'm going to get into, Rue, in our conversational piece, and let's just, I guess you could say, I guess we'll zoom in a little bit. So too much of an ultra close up. Hopefully you're good with this. Here's the first thing I'm going to get into. So here's in my notes, okay, Rue? I have the ZEBEC focused on payments via payroll. Now, before I get into this, I'm going to share something just brief with you guys, and that is this. When we look into some of these basic things on a search, it's like, well, how much a payroll would actually be on blockchain? Well, that's really hard to decipher, is it not? But on a basic search, from what I've gathered, while it's difficult to predict this, keep in mind it's this highlight. It's a growing trend. And growing trends mean supply and demand forces that you may not even be aware of. Crypto payroll is gaining traction, with some reports suggesting over 25% of businesses worldwide now using cryptocurrency, of course, for payroll. So to me, if I'm new to this space, Mr. Rue Black, about this whole thing of ZEBEC and constant references on their page about payroll, and I'm like 25%, again, supply and demand. This is a low market cap gem in my opinion. I could literally treat this like how I did back with Jasmine. You know, I could continuously DCA into it, maybe get over 1 million of it. Maybe, you know, shout out to Rob Mass. I saw him in the comments. You know, he let it be documented. So, you know, Rob, I'm telling you, bro, it's well documented that you had 10 million XCN. And again, this is not a you-know-what measuring contest. But if I want to do something like that, maybe I could. But even at a million ZEBEC, at current prices, that's like $1,700 worth get 1 million. And so even if a person was like, I can't do that right now, all right, $170, you could get roughly 100,000 of these tokens. So I'm looking at like, okay, so 25% of the overall market is a shift, and ZEBEC clearly has this focus. There has to be something there with that, Rue, and that's something I want to talk about a little bit more. I have 3 other key things I want to get into with you, but let's have a conversational piece. Let's talk about that. So payroll, I want to get somebody like your own little 2 cents on that.
What would you like me to say about payroll? Well, one thing that I noticed about payroll, I noticed that Tim Draper, if you look at his Draper Associates website and some of the things that he's invested in, he has a company called Rise, which also does payroll. So clearly, it's something that a bigwig guy like him is looking to have crypto be done in payroll. So, you know, and of course, we also have things like Strike, right? Where, you know, Jack Mallers is, you know, working that and making it very easy for people to do payroll in Bitcoin. So I think, you know, like it or not, this is where we're heading, where payroll will be done in cryptocurrency. And then when I look at certain apps like, you know, a lot of people in my community are looking at things like XPR, right? XPR, Telcoin, you know, those, just to name a few, are payment cryptos in which you can download apps where you can do remittance payments and things. And that's another step closer to doing payroll and things with cryptocurrency. And as you guys may or may not be aware of, but I also do Telcoin coverage on my channel. And Senator Mike Flood is working with the Trump administration. And one of the things he mentioned was that blockchain could help clear up fraud. And I did a show on that. And I know we're so used to people, if you've been in the crypto market for a long time, you think people always say crypto and fraud, like, oh, crypto's causing fraud. But as anyone knows, Bitcoin has a ledger, right? These cryptocurrencies have a ledger, so you can see the address of people who are making transactions. So one of the things that Mike Flood was saying was, hey, if you use something like Telcoin, which is trying to be a digital bank, you can actually clear up fraud because you will be able to track on Telcoin's ledger where all the money is going. So I think they're angling different projects like a Telcoin to actually track government spending. And that's going to be part of what what Elon Musk is doing with Doge. What he's uncovering all this fraud, all this governmental fraud. Now, what if they say, well, let's use something like Stellar, let's use something like XRP, let's use something like Telcoin to track fraud in the government. And now everything, all the spending that we want to show you, because we always have black ops stuff, right? All the spending we want to show you is here on the ledger. And okay, well, let's also do payroll now on the blockchain, and let's use ZEBEC for that. And we can filter all that through BlackRock, through JP Morgan, through Visa, through MasterCard. All of that's right here with all the partners we just mentioned, right? So it makes me go goo goo and gaga, especially knowing Trump and XRP met, and they're having that beef bourguignon and all of that other stuff, right? So honestly, like, all the tea leaves are there for me. And that makes me very, 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 very excited.
Well said. Something else I want to point out, Rue, and that is, obviously we cover SwiftCoin. We covered it for quite some time now. I get a little criticism, which is fine. I'm open to of you're not covering it enough. Well, guess what? It's hard to cover it a lot because they don't come up with a lot of updates specifically on just SwiftCoin. Usually when they do updates on Xru, it's like, pointing out that, hey, they got a thing going on for, called like interoperability or support with this particular project. And it's like, okay. Or they'll highlight, for example, here's what Coinbase is doing. Or, a highlight of, 5-year grind. I don't know if you saw that particular post of, being proud that they got this thing with Coinbase. It's like, all right, well, technically speaking, already know that, So the way I look at it is the most solid projects, Rue, are the ones that are the most quiet. But in retail,
Yeah.
a lot of people don't like that. They don't like that. They think that the project is dead. But like every single time, and I'll give honorable mention to Jasmine, every single time I've seen them go extremely quiet, it's like, yeah, I'm glad I've been on this journey for a while because it's like they get really, really quiet, and then that's when people call it like the biggest pumps happen and so on, and you see some bombshell news. So it's interesting when we saw SwiftCoin, it was just like everybody was scrambling, like, holy cow, why is this thing, just absolutely getting sent? Well, I did that outline a while back. Maybe you have to see. If you didn't, that's okay. We're all busy people. But it was like, I could put 2 and 2 together. 2 and 2 said, number 1, that China unbanned BTC. Number 2, that altcoins were going to be tradable. Well, think about it. You have an all-in-one platform, the Bridgers, right, from SwiftCoin. You get a guy who gets an app, whether he speaks Mandarin, Cantonese, whatever the case be, he just wants that platform he could get on real quick that's going to give him access. My key thing, Rue, is access points. So they get the app, they install it, they use it, it's easy. And it's just like, yeah, what about the ones that purchased BTC years ago that didn't have that had access before the ban? So that, now they have access to other news. Let's just be honest, whether they use a VPN or where the case be, and they're like, yes, finally, I can do something with this. So what do they do with it? They literally use the utility of the bridgers. That's literally what it's called, you guys, with the Swift blockchain platform. And by the way, so many people, I don't know why you guys don't know this. So many people still think, Rue, that Swift blockchain is the Society for Worldwide Interbank Financial Telecommunication, legally Swift. Two totally different things. Has nothing to do with that.
Yep.
But again, I just want to point some of this out. So I want to get some of your thoughts in regards to like what you presented. I also want to get the whole thing of, it's like, yeah, supply and demand forces. So when we see ZEBEC has this thing going on that you pointed out, in regards to, yeah, cross chain, like, like the all-in-one, it's just like, that's also going to create that much demand for obviously Swift coin. But back to what you were talking about in regards to payroll. All right, let's face it, Trump and this whole thing of Doge trying to verify on chain where all the money's coming from. Well, now we can verify through ZEBEC of where all that payroll's coming from. I'm telling you flat out, like, I already see where we're going with this, even without doing a proper, let's face it, Maximus Crypto style deep dive, which I will. All right, I'm just going to throw that out there. But I just want to pick your brain a little bit more in regards to supply and demand forces for the whole concept of the unbanning of BTC for China, and them having access to this stuff. Because what other platform would be better as far as an app, a retail app? I mean, those people, that's Chinese retail. Back to you.
Let me share something here with Swift. I'm not sure if you guys got to see when I talked about this with Swift, but two things I want to share here with Swift. You guys got to understand, like, a lot of the stuff that Swift has done, they already kind of put it in place, and a big emphasis on that Swift is going to be doing big things in China, but also that it can connect with everything. But the big kind of linchpin there is understanding Tim Draper and all the different connections he and his family have. Tim Draper has said himself in his own words that China was the key to him getting a lot of his wealth. But if you definitely look into his family, you know that he was definitely born into wealth. Not trying to undermine anything that he accomplished himself, but his grandfather and his father. If you look and take a look at my channel, I go very, very deep into that, right? But one of the things I want to share with you guys here is, can you guys see this?
Yes, sir. We can see. I'm gonna put it on full screen for you.
Okay, shout out to Harp in our Telegram for this. This is a older Medium post from April 14, 2021, but it says partnership with Swift Payment Network expands uses of One through WeChat, Alibaba, and Baidu. These three combined have over 3 billion transactions annually. So basically, Swift is already, it already has the connections in it to work with WeChat, Baidu, and Alibaba. Okay, so they say here, partnership with Swift Payment Network expands the uses of One through WeChat, Alibaba, and Baidu. These combined have over 3 billion transactions annually. So just sit with how big that is, right? They're saying through using Swift now, by putting One on that, Harmony One on that, they can now use WeChat, Alibaba, and Baidu. So Swift already can be used by WeChat, Alibaba, and Baidu, and has since 2021 been able to do that. Right now, all of these things that are waiting for is for crypto regulation to be solved in globally, quote unquote, right? But understand how this can actually happen if we go over to Tim Draper and his portfolio, right? One of the things he invested in was Baidu, right? So again, we know Draper Dragons, and he's also invested in Baidu, which is China's biggest search engine, by the way. It's like their Google. Okay. So when we're talking Swift, it can work with all of these things, including Stellar. So literally, this could be a conduit for the uber rich to send their cryptocurrencies anywhere in the realm, in the world. So understand that that's what we're talking about when we're talking about Swift here. Let me see. There was another one besides Harmony One. Oh man, I'm not gonna be able to remember it off the top of my head. But it very clearly says here with Swift payment, they're gonna be able to use to be connected with WeChat, Alibaba, and Baidu. That's amazing. It's amazing to think about. And unlike some of these other, and did I show you? Oh yeah, I did show you this, guys. But one of the things I also want to kind of point out with Swift blockchain is they've already, all of their supply is already circulating. So we don't have to worry about them like diluting on us. All of their supply has already been kind of, all of it's circulating right now. So, and the supply is only 10 billion, right? So that's one of the things I kind of want to kind of point out there as well. But again, thinking that this can already connect in with Baidu and WeChat and everything, this makes it even huger, even more huge for me as far as China goes. What do you think about that, bro?
Well, what I think about this is a possible discovery here that I want to share with you guys. So I have something that I want to bring to your attention as you're pulling this up. Okay. This is good stuff. Rue and I, we always try to find connections on things. So I want to pull this up for you guys. Let's full screen this for just a brief moment. Interesting to see the terminology. So I looked up Baidu Fireblocks, right? So there's an update 8 days ago. It's the second to top link. It's the one from Neuron Expert. Baidu set to launch next-gen AI model Ernie, funny name, 5.0 amid rising, whatever. Baidu is preparing to unveil its next AI model. Promises to enhance multimodal capabilities and so on and so forth. There's 2 other sites that are in Chinese and so on, but constantly references, for example, Fireblocks API, and it's interesting to see that. So even when I go to the one from this, I'm thinking to myself, like, what do they got going on here? So for one of the highlights came up is in regards to this. Sorry about the ad popping up. And it mentions that, the whole thing of DeepSeek. So Baidu of China set to unveil next generation of artificial intelligence. Then you have the whole thing of upcoming model Ernie 5.0 is categorized as a foundation model, expected to introduce substantial enhancements in multimodal or model capabilities. You see the whole thing of DeepSeek, right? We know about DeepSeek in China. But as I got further down into this, I wanted you guys to see some of these things, right? So basically, yeah, here it is. Says that Lee emphasized that reducing costs by a certain percentage would inherently boost productivity by a similar percentage, commenting, I believe that is essentially what innovation entails. Baidu was the first significant Chinese tech firm to introduce ChatGPT-like chatbot known as Ernie back in 2023. All right, now check this out for a second. I did ask Grok some of these things. And it goes on to mention, while there's no direct evidence about, for example, Baidu and Fireblocks, this gets interesting. Here's the interesting part. Baidu Ventures is the investment arm, obviously Baidu, and it's involved in funding blockchain-related projects. This does include the backing of Near Protocol. Near is a solid project, right? Investor Place has always been so bullish on it. But it's high-performance blockchain focused on scalability. Fireblocks platform provides secure infrastructure for digital asset management. Announced support for Near DeFi dApps in September 2022. All right, check this out. This integration allows who? Fireblock's institutional clients to access Near's ecosystem. Now, it's a given that Baidu Ventures among Near's backers, and back to what Rue was talking about. I mean, Rue, this is wonderful. Alongside firms like Andreessen Horowitz and Coinbase. So for one, Andreessen Horowitz and SwiftCoin, Coinbase Ventures, SwiftCoin, creates indirect connection through shared interests with Near's ecosystem. We already talked about this whole thing, Rue, about Near and, obviously ZEBEC and also SwiftCoin. Guys, it gets better. It says, that said, this link, even though it's speculative and limited investment overlap rather than a direct operational or strategic partnership between Baidu and Fireblocks, but Baidu itself is primarily known for its internet services, AI, and search engine dominance in China. Search engine dominance in China. Think about this. Let's come back to talk about this for a brief moment. So back to what Rue and I was just talking about, 10, 15 minutes ago. We mentioned that you have the unbanning of BTC. You have the unbanning of altcoins. So now you want that direct access. Now that was retail, everybody. This, in my opinion, we'll have to find more about this. But when it mentions institutional, it's like, that's the big money. That's the big smart money. Briefly, let's get more into this before we kick it over to Rue. Because, again, while Fireblocks focuses on blockchain and crypto infrastructure for institutions, their core businesses don't appear to be intersect directly. However, that's the key thing. It's understanding that, technically speaking, is in what's indirectly involved. And what's indirectly involved is the discovery, like what Rue was talking about earlier, where ZEBEC has the Swift coin, plug, Swift blockchain, through things like what? Bridgers. You and myself, unless we use a VPN, Rue, we don't have access to Bridgers. We get blocked out from it. But all these people from the announcement, literally, again, I'll show it up on you guys' screen again, 8 days ago, says otherwise. It says, for example, let's just say it says otherwise. February 12th, Baidu is set to launch this next-gen AI model. So if we have the whole thing of DeepSeek, right, which, when that news came out, the market tanked. But see what you want, with ZEBEC, the thing is up about 75%. There's so many things that are in the background that I don't think enough people are aware of. Is this one of the things in the background? My point is this. It's access. Retail access was your bridgers. All right? Is ZEBEC your access to, obviously, payroll? Yes. All right. Is ZEBEC and SwiftCoin, obviously, potentially with something like what Fireblocks has to offer, through this, which is referred to, again, what do we call it? Yeah, the whole thing with Baidu for this AI model, Ernie. So I think it's this. Here's the answer. Ernie 5.0 could literally be the institutional access to, like, an AI bridge. An institutional bridge. That's the point. But maybe we don't see that with a confirmed partnership. But we can read up about it. I just want to get some of your brief thoughts on this. I mean, I just kind of uncovered this as you were going through some of this. Maybe we hear more about it. Maybe it's all speculation. But say what you want, ZEBEC is significantly up based off of the findings. Back to you.
And again, we have some of the same partners, guys, right? If we go and I share this tab and I look at Undo Finance's partners, right? Firebox is in that list, right? For custody, right? And, of course, we got Ethereum, so we got Firebox, we got Ethereum. I think Near is on this list too. Are they not? Okay, they might not be, but I know that Near is another thing that both Draper and Andreessen Horowitz are invested in, right? And of course, we have here Sui and Apatos and Coinbase. So we have some of the same players here. And I also think that Swift Blockchain said they integrated DeepSeek into their program. So again, we have some of the same players here. This just really makes me goo goo and gaga about Swift and all the companies that we're invested in, because I continuously see some of the same players here, and it makes me think like, okay, well then we're following the whole banking cabal into their their next project, which is cryptocurrency. It just really really lights me up, guys.
Yeah, it does. I mean, guys, I want to point something out to you guys. So, it's like the recent announcements, back to what Rue was talking about. So, literally from Swift, you have what's referred to as Swift GPT. I mean, again, put two and two together. You see what's going on with what Rue talked about with this particular Baidu. And then now you see that update. Again, it's like this is where we specialize in and bring it to you in regards to utility, because they use what? This particular utility through this connection. It's just so many darn connections. But again, that whole thing of bridgers, that is your one-stop shop moving forward. Before we kick into the next part we want to recognize a couple super chats, and let's basically get into it, because you guys do need to have your comments read, especially if you're donating. That's amazing. Big shout out to Terrell. Thank you, brother Terrell. He says, shout out to you guys for all the research that you do. Because of you guys, I've made a lot of profits in Jasmine and Swiftcoin. I'm going to look into ZEBEC now. Thank you guys. Hey man, Terrell, that's awesome, man. I mean, I always appreciate you. Even on X, you've been doing it. I need to start posting more on X. I realize that I just have a lot of interruptions in real life that's kind of gotten in the way. But thank you, Terrell. That was really kind. Really appreciate it. And thank you, obviously, for recognizing people like Rue. I think you recognized some other people that we're networked with and so on. But that was so kind of you. I can't thank you enough. I also want to recognize another $20 super chat. It comes from Fam Barajas. Hopefully I pronounced that right. I always recognize you because your avatar. So sometimes, unless you guys got unique names, this always helps my memory. $20 super chat. Thank you for all the great research. Appreciate you so much. Hey, thank you so much, fam. Hey, fam. Barajas, go and check out Rue's page. Here it is. Over on YouTube and X, but let's highlight his X. I'm highlighting another window of our channel. That's not it. Here it is. So let's pull this up for a second. Rue's channel is what you see here. Let's gonna pull that off for just a moment, Fan Barajas. So his channel is at Black Rue. Let's help him scale up. And again, he can be followed over on YouTube and X at Black Rue. And his channel, he does a lot of live, obviously lots of Swiftcoin Alpha, ZEBEC. He covers, XCN. He covers quite a few things, right? So glad to highlight that. And again, thank you so much for your $20 super chat. It's more than appreciated. Just going to double check the other screen, making sure I didn't miss anything. I don't think I did. So what we're going to do now, oh, there is another super chat. You guys rock. Thank you for blessing this channel. We really do appreciate it. We got another super chat, came from Way Up North. Hey, Way Up North. I did see some of your comments and you asked some questions, and I do remember you, and you said you would do that. So thank you, man. Really appreciate it. Way Up North. All right, so we're gonna do now. Let's get back into a bit of this conversational piece. I do want to respect your time, Rue. So if you got to get going, let me know. But if you got a little more time, I do have a little bit more notes. I want to respect your time. So what's up with you?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay. Let's do it.
I got a good 20 more minutes left in me.
Okay, that's fine. I want to recognize this from Elon Musk, Michael Cornwell. He just said he grabbed 1 million ZEBEC. Let's effing go. Wow. That's incredible, Mike. I don't know. I might have to join the club on that one too. maybe next payday. Maybe everything crashes and everybody's panicking and whining and so on, and just back the truck up a little bit, right? Anyway, that'd be nice. Anyway, but you know, guys, do what you got to do. DCA, not financialized. You got to have a plan. I will state this: a lot of you guys, for whatever reason, you don't track what you have in your portfolio on a one-stop shop. I'm not paid for them to say this. I just use CMC. I still do. Why? Because you can just go there and make a free account, and you can create a portfolio and always write down the price that you spent for the bag that you purchased. So let's say, for example, it was ZEBEC. Current price is around 0.0017. Well, if you made that free account, then you go there, you type in ZEBEC. When it you click on the thing for add transaction, and you put in, for example, if it was 100,000 tokens for ZEBEC, well, you put in that you spent 0.0017, just for example. Okay, that way you could track it, and then later on you can compare and contrast. Like, this is my first DCA, and let's say the market crashed and so on. And then finally, when this stuff really takes off, you can see your real profits. You don't want to be the person that you're just jumping back and forth in different exchanges and so on. Shout out to one of my dad's best friend. Hopefully you're watching, Bernie. If you're in the comments, brother, I know you did that, but where the case be, we're all on different levels. That's no jab on anybody, but anyway, have a portfolio and track your portfolio. It's always exciting to see how much profits you're at. It's not too exciting to see how much in the red you're at, but let's face it, you got to have something to go by. So take a look into some of that. So what I want to do is also respect Rue's time. I want to jump back into the other thing I had, and basically it's this. So I'm just going to comment just real briefly on a few of these things I took notes about, Rue. So I saw the whole thing about WageLink, first compliant traditional payroll app with an advanced blockchain backend. It mentioned that it's got near zero costs. That's a big win moving forward. Cross-border remittances and USDC payroll. So to me, this stands out. It's like remittances, I think of like Stronghold. USDC, obviously, I'm still thinking of Stellar, because Stellar was, Circle was formerly known as Stellar USDC. And would that leverage it all? Yeah, leverages the efficiency, security, and speed of the blockchain tech. Integrates with various payment infrastructures. You also gather that part of ZEBEC's extensive financial is part of their network ecosystem. Okay, that's a win. Now, this other thing that you didn't get really into, Rue, I know you focus on a lot of things, but just hear me out.
Sure.
ZEBEC Instant Card. When I see these terms, again, shout out to Michael Cornwell, who just got 1 million ZEBEC on his announcement. He always mentions that at some point, your grandma or your aunt or whoever going to go swipe their debit card, not even know it's tied into crypto. To me, this is a perfect example. So you have this thing called ZEBEC Instacart, allows users to spend cryptocurrency on everyday purchases wherever Visa and MasterCard are expected. So we already know recently, within the last few months, you have Visa and MasterCard Stellar. You have Visa Quant. You have Visa Hedera. You have MasterCard Hedera. MasterCard Stellar. So it just kind of makes sense. Like, okay, yeah, the ZEBEC has a thing with Stellar. This is all making sense. And the last part I wanted to mention was, like, Lisa Robbins, former CFO with ADP. Now, these are not questions for you yet. When you were gone and your connection got rugged, I took the liberty to have, and I'll reintroduce you to this guy, is Daniel, my AI assistant, whip up a really cool video for you guys with visuals. So I hope you guys appreciate this. And after that, we'll get Rue's closing thoughts in that regard. So I'm going to pull this up on your screen. I hope you guys appreciate this. I think it's excellent visuals, to say the least. Let us know what you guys think. But yeah, I'm going to go ahead and play this. Let's just take a moment to get it come up on the screen. And basically speaking, yeah, let's just pull it up. So here we go. This is, yeah, I think I have it downloaded. Maybe I don't have it downloaded. That'd be horrible, right? All right, let's see what we got. It didn't download. Well, I thought I downloaded. So let me just pull this up for just a brief moment. And sorry about the interruptions. Maybe I was trying to download it when your connection got rugged and I got rugged from downloading. Well, that'd be kind of weird, huh? All right, ZEBEC Innovations. It's almost ready for you guys. And then, yeah. Could have sworn that I already downloaded this thing. All right, well, while that's downloading, we'll just recognize a few more comments. See what we have, and then we'll kick it right back to it, right? All right, let's recognize Shook Focus in the house. Lost Treasure is always in the know. Love it. Big companies will save a lot of payroll money with the help from ZEBEC. Yeah, you guys got some good comments. Appreciate that. Swift is a good buy. Do you think it's still a good buy, or do you feel as though that, you know, if you missed out on like 0.00 whatever, you're kind of sunk? I think it's still a good buy personally.
Same here. My very conservative price target is, and I hate to give price targets, but 33 cents. But I think it could go way, way higher than that because of the 10 billion supply. It's a low-ish supply. When you think about like all the other kind of payment crypto supplies, it's a pretty low amount of coins. So, but my kind of very conservative estimate is 33 cents.
Yeah, I think that's more than fair, you know. Yeah, more than conservative, more than fair. Roderick Johnson says he likes ZEBEC, but it's on Solana, and that can be a scary place. Yeah, but you gotta keep in mind, if you've been researching more about Solana, they're fully aware of all the FUD. I kind of look at it like Rue, like they're patching up the holes, right? Is it patching up the holes on a sinking ship? I don't think it's a sinking ship, but anyway. It's just like some bad things happen a few times, and then, you know, people will always point that out. It is what it is. Here I am sticking up for them, right? Anyway. Let's go further down. Did you get some more Telcoin, Rue? That's what he's asking, or she's asking.
I think she said she got some.
Oh, she got some. I read that wrong. My bad.
Yeah. No worries.
Right. Blackwood, always good to see you. And we get a salute from Huali. I remember you.
Yeah.
Yes.
So Huali.
Yeah. All right. Let me go further up. I'm trying to see if there was some other questions I might have skipped. Again, it wasn't on purpose. Let's read this from Ollie Skip with. What do you guys think XTC can hit price-wise with full utility? Some people think this is crazy. I'm going to go out on a limb. I'm thinking long term, really, really long term. Not like, you know, this year. But I'm thinking maybe past 2030. You know, possibly over $80. Some people have over 100. I just think, you know, if we're talking about, you know, for example, you know, electronic bills of lading, electronic trade document act. We're talking about King Charles signing that into law. There's constant references about the derivatives market, quadrillions. I just think you can't dismiss XDC. I know some people are like, even at $1 would be amazing. Yes. But if we're talking about full mass adoption, like, we're not even to the point. We're going from the phase, I think you could agree with this, Rue, where everything was built, and then now trying to get the regulations to, you know, obviously that'll be a big moment. But as far as the moment, as far as like the whole world is using this, we're not at that point. Well, can't we keep a moon bag of some of this stuff to see what happens in the future? I think some people are looking at that. So that's the way I personally look at it. It's just, you know, some of us are all different ages. Some people are like maybe in their 70s, where the case be, you're like, I don't want to wait no 10 years. I might not even be around in 10 years. True. You know, everybody has, you know, their own journey that they're going through when it comes to this. You're not seeing enough QNT partnerships. I'm seeing a ton of partnerships, especially the Oracle one. Maybe that's just you being sarcastic. Way up north. Anyway. All right, so let's see what we're at.
And then one thing, I saw someone say something about XDC. Let me show you here with MetaPath. Again, MetaPath is built with Swift technology. One of the things that MetaPath supports, of course, we see base here. If we go down, we do see that it supports XDC as well. Right here. And you can see
Nice
it has
find.
various different XDC coins, print, GBEX, you know. So
Nice find.
USDG and Euro. So that's awesome. And then somebody also mentioned Casper. If we go, I've already connected Casper to Tim Draper, but if we go to Swift's page, you'll see that they support. It takes a little second here to load. They support CAS. Put it in here. Find KAS. You can see it right here. The logo just hasn't loaded yet.
That's right. And Jason,
It's taking a while to load, but you can see. Come on now.
You're lagging pretty bad on your end. Anyway.
So there we go with Casper. And actually, here you go. You can see ZEBEC as well. They still have the old ZBC, but it's ZBCN now, but it's there.
Yeah, they're more interested in building their infrastructure than updating their website.
Right.
All right.
That's just wanted to point those out for you guys. We can continue.
Sure thing. Let's see here. Let's recognize just a few more comments you guys have before we kick it into this thing of what we have for you guys. I'm gonna go ahead and download this link real quick. All right.
Okay.
So bullish choices, good to see you. You know, again,
yeah,
sometimes this happens where, you know, Brother Rue, for whatever reason, they attack his internet on the east side of Phoenix for some reason. East side of the valley.
Right.
Let's read this from RB. Adam has similar tech to ZBCN. That's awesome. What is your thoughts about these two cryptos? Well, you know, Adam, you know, from Cosmos has pretty darn impressive, what is referred to as interoperability. You know, we always talk about quant and so on, but Adam definitely does deserve honorable mention. But you know, I'm still studying a little bit more about ZEBEC. I'm by all means not an expert on it. You know, I just recently started to look more into it because obviously of Rue. But your thoughts in regards to this comment, if you have one, Rue.
Well, I know on Nautilus they did say they supported Cosmos. So I know and Cosmos is very cross-chain as well, and that's where XLR is built on top of Cosmos. So that makes a lot of sense.
All right, guys, before we wrap things up, I'm gonna double check the other screen real quick, make sure I didn't miss anything. I don't think I did, but let's double check. All right, I did it. So what I have for you guys is this thing I made from Daniel, the AI assistant, and it was from my notes and kind of like a summary, if you will. So I asked Rue earlier that I said, you know, some things that really stood out for me was, for one, ZEBEC and payroll. Also, WageLink, the first compliant traditional payroll app with an advanced blockchain, basically speaking, back end. I think that's definitely worth pointing out. And then the other thing I want to point out was in the notes, from what I gathered, ZEBEC Instant Card, if you're not aware of it, allows users to spend cryptocurrency on everyday purchases wherever it's Visa and MasterCard accepted. I mean, again, it only makes sense that they would have this connection to Stellar, call it partnership, call it whatever you want. But again, Stellar Visa, Stellar MasterCard, Hedera MasterCard, Hedera Visa, Quant Visa, Quant MasterCard. I mean, there's so many connections, right? And then last but not least, this whole thing of Lisa Robbins, former CFO with ADP. Rue, obviously has some background with ADP. With everything being mentioned, call it conversational piece, call it whatever you want. I decided to have Daniel, our AI assistant, whip this up for you all. So I'm going to go ahead and play this. I do have it downloaded right now, and we're going to go ahead and share this, and then we'll kick it over to Rue afterwards for the closing thoughts. This is roughly 9 minutes, give or take. It's not super long, but it's very, very educational. It has some really good visuals. Smash that like for myself and Rue. Let's go ahead and check this out. Here we go.
Please follow Rue Black over at Black Rue Investing on his YouTube channel, which is Black Rue. Both him and Max do an excellent job with their deep dive analysis. Let's break this down step by step to understand the significance of Lisa Robbins' background as a former CFO of ADP in the context of ZEBEC's focus on payroll payments, its WageLink app, the ZEBEC Instant Card, and its partnerships with Stellar and Circle, USDC. I'll then explore what this might mean for ZEBEC moving forward. Background context: ZEBEC's focus on payroll and payments. ZEBEC is innovating in the payroll and payments space by leveraging blockchain technology. Its WageLink app is described as the first compliant, traditional payroll app with a blockchain backend, offering near-zero-cost cross-border remittances and USDC payroll. This positions ZEBEC as a bridge between traditional payroll systems and modern blockchain-based financial solutions. The ZEBEC Instant Card extends this innovation by allowing users to spend cryptocurrency, likely including USDC, at everyday merchants accepting Visa and MasterCard, effectively merging crypto and fiat economies. Partnerships with Stellar and Circle, USDC. ZEBEC is partnered with Stellar, a blockchain network known for its efficiency in cross-border payments and integration with stablecoins like USDC. Stellar's low-cost, fast transaction capabilities align with ZEBEC's goals of streamlining payroll and remittances. Circle, the issuer of USDC, a dollar-pegged stablecoin, provides ZEBEC with a stable, regulated digital currency that can be used for payroll and payments. This partnership enhances ZEBEC's ability to offer tax-compliant, real-time payroll solutions with global reach. Lisa Robbins' background. Lisa Robbins is noted as a former CFO of ADP, Automatic Data Processing, a global leader in payroll processing, human resources, and business outsourcing services. ADP is a heavyweight in traditional payroll, serving millions of employees and businesses worldwide with highly compliant, enterprise-grade solutions. Significance of Lisa Robbins' involvement. Lisa Robbins' experience as ADP's former CFO brings several key advantages to ZEBEC. Expertise in payroll compliance and operations. ADP is renowned for its rigorous adherence to tax, labor, and regulatory standards across multiple jurisdictions. Robbins' tenure as CFO would have equipped her with deep knowledge of payroll compliance, financial operations, and scaling enterprise solutions, crucial for ZEBEC as it develops WageLink as a compliant traditional payroll app with a blockchain twist. This expertise could ensure that ZEBEC's blockchain-based payroll remains legally sound and attractive to businesses wary of regulatory risks in the crypto space. Bridging traditional and blockchain finance. Robbins' background in traditional payroll, ADP, combined with ZEBEC's blockchain focus, creates a powerful synergy. Her insights could help ZEBEC integrate its blockchain innovations, e.g., USDC payroll, near-zero cost remittances with the expectations of mainstream businesses, making WageLink a viable competitor to legacy payroll providers. Her involvement signals credibility to enterprise clients, potentially accelerating adoption by companies hesitant to adopt crypto-based solutions. Strategic leadership for partnerships. Stellar and Circle are both focused on enabling efficient, low-cost, and scalable financial solutions. Robin's financial leadership experience at ADP could strengthen ZEBEC's ability to leverage these partnerships effectively. For example, with Stellar, she could guide ZEBEC in optimizing cross-border payment flows, a key use case for Stellar's blockchain. With Circle, her understanding of enterprise finance could enhance ZEBEC's use of USDC as a stable, trusted currency for payroll, potentially expanding its utility beyond crypto-native firms. Scaling and market expansion. ADP's global reach and operational scale suggests Robbins has experience managing massive financial systems. This could be instrumental for ZEBEC as it aims to grow its extensive financial network ecosystem and compete in the global payments market. What this means for ZEBEC moving forward. Given Robbins' background and ZEBEC's partnerships with Stellar and Circle, here's what this could imply for ZEBEC's future. Mainstream adoption of blockchain payroll. With Robbins' expertise, ZEBEC could position WageLink as a disruptive alternative to traditional payroll providers like ADP, Paychex, or Gusto. By combining blockchain efficiency via Stellar and a stable digital currency, USDC via Circle, ZEBEC might attract businesses seeking cost-effective, compliant payroll solutions, especially for remote or international workforces. Enhanced partnership synergies. The Stellar partnership could evolve beyond technical integration into a strategic alliance, with ZEBEC leveraging Stellar's network for broader remittance and payment use cases. Robbins' enterprise experience could help negotiate and execute such expansions. With Circle, ZEBEC might deepen its USDC integration, potentially pioneering new standards for payroll in digital dollars. This could align with Circle's mission to make USDC a universal dollar liquidity layer across ecosystems, amplifying ZEBEC's reach. Competitive edge in fintech. The ZEBEC Instant Card's ability to spend crypto at Visa/MasterCard merchants already blurs the line between fiat and crypto. Robbins' financial acumen could refine this product, making it a standout offering in the crowded fintech space and appealing to both crypto enthusiasts and traditional consumers. Potential challenges and opportunities. Opportunity. If Robbins helps ZEBEC secure major enterprise clients, e.g., multinational corporations needing efficient payroll, it could accelerate growth and cement ZEBEC's reputation. Challenge. Balancing traditional compliance with blockchain innovation requires finesse. Robbins will need to ensure ZEBEC doesn't alienate regulators or conservative businesses while pushing the boundaries of payroll tech. Long-term vision. ZEBEC could aim to redefine payroll and payments infrastructure globally, much like ADP did decades ago, but with a blockchain-first approach. The Stellar and Circle partnerships, bolstered by Robbins' leadership, position ZEBEC to lead in the convergence of traditional finance and decentralized technology. Conclusion. Lisa Robbins' history as ADP's CFO is significant because it brings proven payroll and financial expertise to ZEBEC's ambitious blockchain-based vision. For a company partnered with Stellar and Circle, this means greater credibility, operational strength, and potential to scale its WageLink and Instant Card offerings into mainstream markets. Moving forward, ZEBEC could leverage Robin's insights to bridge the gap between legacy payroll systems and the future of digital finance, potentially transforming how businesses and individuals handle payments worldwide. Now let's kick it back to Rue and Max.
Thank you so much for that, Daniel. You rock. And with that said, I mean, Rue, the way I look at it is Lisa Robbins is a huge deal that people aren't really aware of. So your closing thoughts with everything presented from our wonderful AI assistant, Daniel.
I like all the connections that Daniel made there. Really, I don't know if it's the British voice or whatever, but got me really hyped there. Just re-emphasizing the connections there with the already existing rails, how she could connect the Visa and MasterCard connections with ADP. That's kind of a synopsis of everything I was kind of saying there and pointing her out, that she would be a great connection to the already existing ADP system. Oh, man. And then who was that in the chat? I think it was either Hitter All Day or Beebs. Like in comparing that to XRP and where XRP went. Oh man, this is just I don't know. I can't add anything more than what Daniel said, really, to be honest with you. Like just connecting the old system to the new. That's just that really makes me excited there.
Yeah, I was excited. I obviously love this program. It's really cool, really awesome visuals. Kind of gives you guys a little something, you know, in regards to, educational, but kind of summarizing things up and so on. So glad to bring it to you guys. What we're going to do now is pretty much close things out, unless you have any closing thoughts. You already had closing thoughts, but anything else you want to add to that group?
Yes. I just want to say thank you to all you guys. You guys are always a very, very welcoming community. I know a lot of you guys also come over and watch me as well, but it's always nice to get a warm welcome from everyone. It's very, very much appreciated. And I want to just say thank you guys. Hopefully you guys who haven't came over to try my channel actually do come over and try my channel. Thank you very much for you guys' time and attention. And as always, Max, it is a blast to come on and do a collaboration with you, bro. You always have me chuckling, bro. Yeah, it's a blast, bro. Love it.
Well, always a blast. And just give you guys a little disclaimer. Rue and I are finally going to get together and, obviously do like a meetup, if you will. So we're going to try to maybe coordinate with one of the venues or restaurant or where the case be. And I'm gonna try to bring my studio mic. I got the wind guard, so if it gets windy, you guys won't hear a bunch of whatever. If we happen to be outside, we might be inside, but whatever the case be, it's noise canceling. So it'll be a fun thing, and we're really looking forward to it. We don't have the exact date on it, but if you happen to see a live stream of Rue and I together in person, and we're talking about some things, it's going to be so cool. So just look out for it on your radar. Here's his channel if you're not aware of it. It is Black Rue Investing. Again, he can be followed over at Black Rue, like you see highlighted over there. Specializes in so many things, so many great deep dives. Swift Coin, ZEBEC, you name it, XCN. I mean, just so many things, right? Like, he's collaborated with quite a few people like myself. He collaborates obviously with Underdog, the Underdog Research Channel. Covers many things also. But he does collaborations with Rob Mass over at Crypto Future 99. Obviously, a lot of you guys are following Rob. But support those who are part of our community. Our community is not just like, it ain't just about Maximus Crypto community. We're communities, and that's the whole point of community. So we really do appreciate you guys. Yeah.
And I also like to shout out another guy, Should Focus Digital, who I did the I and an Underdog Research channel, we did the SWFT research together. So I just wanted to shout out my guy Shook too, especially since he was in the chat there. Yeah, definitely go check him out, guys, if you haven't already.
There's Shook's channel right here. You know, scared to death, scared to look. They shook because ain't no such things as halfway researchers, right?
Yeah, let's go.
Right. Yeah. That's right. You know, like some people be buying some of those meme coins because they're a little hard on the beaver. So is Eddie Haskell, Molly, and Miss Cleaver, right? So anyway,
Bars.
8 Mile. All it is requoting 8 Mile. That's all it is. You know, I'm not doing anything out of the north.
I cannot wait to see this Maximus Crypto rap album, bro. I need that album. I need it, and I need like a Tyson intro, right?
Oh, geez.
Like how they always do like the funny intros. I need a Mike Tyson impression intro on that.
I need to work. I need to work on my older Mike Tyson. You know what I mean? I still could do the younger one. You know what I mean? So I mean, I'll just quickly read through some of these in the Mike Tyson voice, right? Crypto Renaissance. Wow, ZEBEC is bigger than I thought. Starting to think 10 cents is a low price target. Wow, okay. HTT all day. 10 cents, dude. I've been saying I'll hit 50 cents, and folks thought I was crazy. All right. Have a little fun. Fast. Compare XRP price is that ZEBEC has a lot of room to grow. If XRP can get over $3, it's not as much to ask by saying 50 cents, because when you get trained by custom model back in the day in 1984, you just scientifically and metamorphically box people and jab and bust them in the eye. You know, I don't know where I'm going with this anyway. All right, we're just having some fun at the end. All right, good stuff.
Sure.
Good stuff.
Definitely shout out to Channing as well.
Yes, Channing. Let's give him a plug real quick. He deserves it. Where's Channing at? Let's you know, hey, you know what? You guys should probably do a collaboration or something like that at some point. So anyway,
that'd be awesome, man. I would love to do a collab with bro.
Let's see here. King Channing is his channel. And yeah, let's give Channing a plug. He's really, really scaled up. I mean, he's like a absolute rising star at this point. I think there's no doubt about it. If you go from like 400 subs to where he's at right now, I mean, look at this, guys. We're so proud of people in our space. 1.37K subs. He just came out with a video 9 hours ago. Did a 15x compared to what he normally does. Congratulations, Channing. About quant and the Bank of England digital pound, massive influence. If you're in the quant or thinking about getting the quant, check out his channel. He's been absolutely killing, on fire lately. Look at this. The power of putting out recorded videos, my friend. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Anyway, but nonetheless, yes, give Channing a follow if you're not doing so already over at King Channing. I did miss out on the Tuesday X Space. I had no choice. I mean, with work and some other things that are in the background you guys don't know about, I didn't have enough time. I couldn't make it, but I look forward to coming to the next one. Rue, I think you'll be at work, but whatever the case be, some of you guys, if you have free time, it's at every Tuesday is our X Space. We talk about QNT and XRP and some of the other utility ones, but it's every Tuesday at 3 p.m. Eastern, noon Pacific. So it's good stuff. And again, we're gonna, I guess we'll read one last comment. Hey, Max, Rue, top 2 guesses for next ZEBEC stop, you know, for ZEBECs, I guess. Let's get ahead of the masses. I don't know if you want to answer that before we wrap it up.
You know, I like my price target is a conservative 5 cents. You know, where that actually happens at, we'll see. But again, we had the whole thing, which I saw somewhere, someone posted in my Telegram that it's delayed. The Fed now like requirement for ISO 2002, they delayed it to 7/14 now instead of March 10th, which is
that's been delayed.
Yeah. So, you know, that's where I'm looking for things to kind of really pop off, because now money has to kind of flow through those systems now, the XRPs and whatnot. So that's what I'm looking for, the 714 and 1122. That's where I'm really looking for things to kind of pop off.
To be honest, okay, so we're gonna end this, but I was gonna say Will and I talked about this, and we think it's because it gives the SEC time, you know, especially with the transition. You know, you went from Gensler to the new guy. It kind of makes sense. They just need a little bit more time, and I know some people get frustrated with it, but look on the bright side. Maybe you got a little extra time to stack more of what you don't have. So it is what it is. But all right, if you guys got any more questions, sorry, nothing, you know, nothing personal. We're gonna wrap it up. Thanks again to Rue. You guys rock. We did tick over 600 on the live stream, 140 on YouTube, and over 467 on X for a total of 607 actually. So as the saying goes, know what you have, know why you hold it. The research trumps FUD 110%. And with that also said, have a safe night wherever you're at. You know, don't do anything crazy. And we're going to play the outro, just one outro. And then we'll say sayonara from the Rice Crop Consortium. We'll see you guys on the next one. Be on the lookout for more videos from myself and Will, collaborations with Channing Harrell. And you guys get the gist. This all will be chopped up. Somebody asked in the comments, will I be able to watch replay? Of course. You got to also give time for this live stream to kind of catch up. And I'll put chapters later and whatnot. But yeah, it'll be all chopped up, and you'll see some also on Rue's channel later. But thanks again, everybody. We will see you on the next one. Here is that outro. Let's go. Let's definitely go. All right. I could pull the darn thing up, for crying out loud. Scam! Alright, so let's play the one we didn't get to play earlier. And that is this one.
Standing on the corner, smoking, just driving some of the hottest cars New York has ever seen. From dropping some of the hottest verses rappers ever heard. From the ghost spot with the smoke, fleeing the murder scene, you know me. From nightmares of a lonely cell, my only hell. But since when y'all brothers know me to fail, heck no, we're all my brothers with the rubber grips for shots. And if you with me, mama, love on your tits and whatnot. I'm from the school of the hard knocks. You must not let outsiders violate our boxing in my plot. Let's stick up the world and split it 50-50, Let's take the dough and stay real taking, and set the Chris and get pissy, flowing beneath me like the memory of my brother Biggie.